Good morning, everyone. This is Morgan with Positively Osceola here for Positively Osceola's Daybreak Live. So excited to be coming to you on this Wednesday. It is December 23rd, Christmas Eve. We're just 2 days away from Christmas, so hopefully you guys are having a wonderful week. Hopefully you're super excited for Christmas because you guys already know that I am. So be sure to say hello whenever you hop on. Hit the thumbs up button, hit the share button. Let me know who we have with us. Very excited to have the Fighting for Our Heroes Foundation Incorporated with us today. They're going to be talking about how wonderful their organization is and what they do for our community. So be sure to share this video so everyone knows of all the wonderful things that they're doing. I'm going to come on here as well, and I'm going to hit the share button. I'm very excited to have Mr. Allen with us today. You're going to love him. What a wonderful organization they have. So I'm very excited that we're able to talk to them on this Wednesday. So I'm coming on here and I'm sharing. Here we go. I'm all shared, ready to go. Hopefully you are as well. Like I said, let me know who's joining us on this Positively Osceola's Daybreak Live. Happy Wednesday to you guys. We will go ahead and get started with our Daybreak Live. Alrighty, so like I said, very excited to introduce Mr. Allen Alford with the Fighting for Our Heroes Foundation. Good morning, Mr. Allen. How are you?
Good, ma'am. How are you doing this morning?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much for joining here on Positively Osceola's Daybreak Live and taking a time out of your day to join us in the mix of holiday season. Christmas will be here before we know it. Super excited. So before we get started this morning, talk to us about Fighting for Our Heroes Foundation. What is it? What do you guys do? What is your mission? Tell us all of the good things about you guys.
Well, Fighting for Our Heroes Foundation was born out of struggle. About 25 years ago, I ended up being paralyzed from the neck down while serving in the Navy. And I ended up in the hospital for about 4 years. And during my second 2-year hospitalization, I went through a severe struggle trying to get my benefits through the VA. I actually contacted a county benefit coordinator's office, not in Osceola, but in a different county. And the gentleman by the name of Ed Kikitko, he said something that really changed my life. He said, I was on the phone with him pleading to come to the hospital to speak with my spouse any way I could to get assistance. And he said, Mr. Alford, if you think the cavalry's coming, it's not. And I essentially found myself laying in a hospital bed in an ICU ward at Florida Hospital trying to get my benefits. Right. And I mean, I'm a young man at that point in my life. I don't know anything about the VA. Yeah. And so I set out on a mission to not only understand Title 38, but memorize it, which is the law books pertaining to veterans benefits. And since that time, over the last 26 years, we've been able to assist tens of thousands of veterans with benefit issues. We've also helped over 550 homeless veterans get off the streets and stay off the streets of Central Florida. And also we've created numerous different programs. We run an equine program on the weekends for veterans. I've also helped to create a college program for disabled veterans. So we've done a lot of different stuff. Also, I've published a book on the VA explaining veterans benefits, but it was all born out of that phone call where he said that if you think help is coming, it's simply not. And I looked at it and said, there has to be a better way. And I pretty much told myself every day that I was in the hospital from that point forward, if I can make it through this, I'm going to make sure that other people don't have to go through it like I did. And I would be the person to them that I wished that I had that day. So that's where we come from.
That's so impactful. You guys are making a wonderful impact in our local veteran community here in the past 10 years. There's amazing things that you guys are doing. You kind of touched base a little bit about the programs you offer, but tell us about all of the success you've had in those past 10 years and really touch base on all the wonderful things that you guys offer.
Well, about 10 years ago, we turned into a nonprofit. And since that time, we've done a lot with everything from with the Chamber of Commerce and the Small Business Council, veterans initiatives and stuff, to running programs that teach veterans the ins and outs of the VA and how to best understand it. I look at it and say, I think my largest impact, or our largest impact, has been with homeless veterans, because we've been able to move 552 homeless veterans into permanent housing, furnish every one of their apartments.
Wow.
And all of this, I used to be able to say without any government funding, but to date, in the last decade, we've grand total received $3,000 in government funding.
Wow.
So, it's not like that was the thing that really changed
Right.
anything.
Yeah.
Yes, it does help, but at the same time, to the person who lives out in the woods, they look at it a lot different than one would expect. They often interpret as, if I get an apartment, well, now I'm giving up my food source because local churches drop off food to us. And if I move into an apartment, I don't have any furniture anyway. Wow. And how am I going to pay my electric or the water? And, there's a multitude of different issues that the average person goes through. So my thing is I look at it and go, I don't pick what the person on the other end of the phone needs. My job is just to help them, whether it be with benefits, a job, homelessness, medical issues. We deal with pretty much whatever it is. We're not trying to be a piece of the puzzle. We are the puzzle. So what we'll do is, say if a homeless veteran is having a problem, we'll get them into the VA's HUD. We'll get them into the VA's domiciliary program. Then we work at getting them a HUD VOSH voucher. While we're getting them a HUD VOSH voucher, we're scouting out apartments that accept HUD VOSH. Then from there, we're collecting furniture to furnish up their apartment, and then we assist them with their benefits, as well as if they may be looking for a job, we can often help them find jobs as well. So we kind of try and do about 20 different things all at once, but it's whatever our client needs.
Right. Now, do you guys have help from the community? I know you guys do some things with KUA and some other organizations. Absolutely. So touch base a little bit about that. There's, maybe a business or organization that wants to help you guys.
Absolutely. Our organization, I looked at it in the very beginning and said, I can either raise a lot of money or I can help a lot of people. And I've helped a lot of people. So, at times we've self-funded, the first 15 years or so, my wife funded it through her business. Then we became a nonprofit after we published a book on the VA. Since that time, we have amazing corporate sponsors, people who understand what it is that we're doing. But at the same time, it's not like we spend all of our days walking around going, hey, let's get another pat on the back. We're too busy working, trying to help the people that need us the most. Our corporate sponsors are phenomenal. They truly understand the impact we're making. Companies like KUA have been sponsoring our organization for the last several years. Right. And I look at it and go, I genuinely feel that it's because they understand the impact that we're making. I'm not one who's going to sit there and help one person and raise the money as if I was helping 1,000. I'd rather help 1,000, even if I'm only raising the money to help the one. Right. That's kind of the way we've always done it. We do it all with 0 paid employees. We have no staff. It's all volunteers. But I would say to the people that we've impacted their lives by getting them their disability ratings, by getting them the medical treatment they need. At times we have people who, just to give you an example, I had one specific veteran that I'm thinking of. He lived in the woods in Osceola County for 18 years. Wow. He never had a roof over his head for a single night. He's now been off the streets for 7 years continuously. And when he was diagnosed with cancer, I remember I was sitting with him when the oncologist called and they said, look, you're going to need radiation for like 40 days, 40 treatments. I said, just tell them whatever time is good for them. And he's like, but I don't have a ride. I said, don't worry, you'll make every single appointment, I assure you. And our volunteers drove him to every last appointment until the moment that he rang the bell.
Oh my goodness. Wow. What a story. I think something that's so special to touch base on. You talked about, finances and money and those aspects of things, but something so special about you guys is 100% of the money you receive goes straight to helping these veterans. And a lot of times with organizations, folks oftentimes wonder, what is my money really going towards, if I want to donate or if I want to give to this organization. But with Fighting for Our Heroes Foundation, all the proceeds go straight to the ones that need it the most, which is so remarkable and such a wonderful aspect of the organization. So kind of touch base about that.
Well, the one thing that I always said, and I bring it back to where I started, laying in that hospital bed, is the person who needs my help the most is the least equipped to pay me.
Right.
And that is just a fact, that the person who needs me the most, he can't afford me. And so he's never asked for anything.
Right.
I look at it and go, that person should be able to get honest help, genuine help, and caring help, thoughtful help. And that's what we provide. I mean, you know, and not to speak bad of anybody, but if you were to contact, say, the VA, you would have to go and spend hours waiting in line. You'd have to sign a bunch of paperwork just to ask a question. Then you're going to get a generic answer.
Right.
We look at it and go, if I see somebody who's hungry, I can just feed them. I mean, that's it, problem solved.
Right.
And furthermore, then I'm going to help them find where the closest shelter is at. I'm going to provide them with clothes. Then I'm going to give them help set up food sourcing, whatever it is they need.
Right.
It shouldn't be as complicated as it is. And fortunately for us, we're able to move across party lines. We work with dozens of other nonprofits. We're community partners with probably, I'd say, over 100 different nonprofits in Central Florida, where when a veteran walks into their facility, they go, look, let us get you in touch with this person. That way we don't have to spend any money to advertise.
Right.
We have a $0 budget for advertising. Everything that we get comes in, directly goes right back out the door. We don't take in furniture to put it on a shelf and sell it in a thrift store. Somebody gives me a couch, guess what? It's going in a veteran's apartment that needs a couch. It's kind of a novel way of doing business, but I look at it and go, it's great because I get to be Santa Claus every day.
I love it. Yes.
Like for Christmas Eve, we're actually going to be taking hundreds of boxes out that have camping gear, blankets, hand sanitizer, face masks, food, and we're going to be taking it up to all the homeless veterans that are out there. We'll be going to all the different camps and just be handing them out. And we use that as an opportunity to talk with people that desperately want to get out of the woods. So we're able to turn around and go, look, let us show you the way. Let's do this. Right. And we figure out which people we feel we can make the largest impact with. We'll start moving them into the VA domiciliary, start working and getting them into HUD-VOSH or SSPF, and so on. But that's what we do. And our donors, they look at it and go, it's amazing how we're doing it.
Yeah, absolutely. And you talked about volunteer, you're all volunteer based. If there's someone that's looking to get involved, how can they help with Fighting for Our Heroes Foundation?
They can contact me directly, or they can go to our website, which is www.ffohf, which stands for Fighting for Our Heroes Foundation.org. And then they can shoot me a message. They can get my number through there. They can email me at Alan, ALAN, at ffohf.org. Any way they would like to, I'm happy to meet up with them. And if they're having problems with the VA, they can reach out to me as well, because that's kind of what we do. We're very good at it. And we look at it and go, our only vested interest is winning. And we're extremely results-based because of the fact that we're all volunteer and because of the fact that I have no ulterior motive. I look at it and go, my motive is very simple.
Right.
I'm competitive. I can't help it.
Right. It's so genuine. Thank you so much, Mr. Allen, for joining us this morning. I want to personally say thank you so much for your service. Thank you for all of that you're doing and for all that you're doing with Fighting for Our Heroes Foundation here in Osceola County. And most of all, thank you for making a positive difference here and making a difference in these veterans' lives. That does not go unnoticed. Thank you so much for your passion.
Thank you for having me.
Everything you're doing. Yes, absolutely.
And if I could add in one more thing before we go. Just one last thing. Also, if any veterans that are out there that are seeing this, if they'd like to, we run an equine program on the weekend for disabled veterans where we work on life issues with them, post-military service, as well as their benefits. So if they'd ever like to reach out, it's a free program, but we're actually using the horses from Arabian Nights.
I love it. Wow.
I have access to the horses from Arabian Nights, and we take veterans out to an 80-acre property that's very serene, where they can collect their thoughts. Our trainers work with them on their PTSD and TBIs,
Amazing.
and then I work with them on any benefit issues they're having. So I just thought I'd throw that out there for you. All right.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's amazing. And then again, just before we log off, go ahead and recite that website for any of the viewers that might be interested.
Yes, ma'am. www.ffohf.org, which is Foxtrot, Foxtrot, Oscar, Hotel, Foxtrot, Oscar, Romeo, Golf, for all you vets out there. All right?
Perfect. Well, again, thank you
so
much, Mr. Allen, for joining us. Thank you for the difference you're making. And we wish you a very Merry Christmas. Be sure to give all of those veterans our love here at Positively Osceola.
Thank you so much, Morgan, for having me. You have a great day. All right.
Absolutely. You too. To sign off, this is Morgan with Positively Osceola here with Mr. Allen from Fighting for Our Heroes Foundation. And together we're making a positive difference in and around Osceola County. Bye, guys.